Oh my goodness, I'm getting old. Gotta wear my glasses. All right, everybody. I'm so excited to have our next guest speaker. I hope you're excited too. And I forgot to bring her bio, so I'm going to tell you a little bit about it from her phone, which is why I need glasses. Her name is Bridget Hom. She's a top mindset coach. Let me tell you something about Bridget. When I first called her to, ladies, when I first called her to come be a speaker, she said to me, Carol, did you forget I lived in Jupiter? And I said, yes, I did. She said, you're asking for 6 billable hours out of my day. And here she is. Give her a hand. She launched into entrepreneurship during a time when people were pursuing reinvention and personal and professional evolution in their lives and businesses. Having coached individuals and teams and influenced thousands of entrepreneurs and business owners nationwide in the Find Your Freedom program, she founded the Law of Deservability and trains individuals to take ownership of personal development and adopt innovative business growth strategies so that they are fully equipped to access their limitless potential. Her book, which you can get today, and I am reading it. I encourage you to buy it. Her book is Stuck on Ready. It hit bestseller on Amazon in the first 6 weeks, and she has been referred to as the Business Bible. She resides in Jupiter with her husband and 3 boys and 2 dogs. And welcome up, Miss Bridget Hom. Knock 'em down.
Thanks, Carol, for that marvelous introduction. You know, I believe in practicing what you preach, right? And I don't think I can teach any business owner how to monetize their influence if I don't practice it myself. And another point to that is you want to honor your roles and goals. So at 3 p.m. today, I will be picking up my 3 sweet boys from school in Carline, because it's so important to honor your business growth, but also honor your roles that you get to play in this game called life. So as you know, we had some technical difficulties. I'm going to try to swing this laptop over here so you guys can see the slides. How many of you are visual learners? Excellent. Well, then this will help you. Because today, we are going to create an experience together. So during our time together, you're going to learn something new. You're going to be challenged in your belief system. I'm going to encourage and inspire you to something I like to call in my book, the more and better, right? And when I speak to business owners, I say nobody wants your product, message, or service, but everybody wants more and better. And you have to be convinced that you have the more and better that they want. So my goal for you is to become stuck on ready, because it takes too long to get ready. Have you ever felt like ready? I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready to make moves in business. I'm getting ready to lose those 5 pounds. By the way, Juice Plus is incredible. I have heard the amazing, miraculous stories of children who have absolutely changed their personalities and their habits because of having full nutrition. So just a short plug for Juice Plus. All right, so the goal today is for you to understand how to unleash your potential and rewire your mind for inevitable success. You might ask yourself, how do I access limitless potential? When you woke up this morning, you probably did something similar to me, except if you don't have young children, you had a much more leisurely morning, probably. Anyone with young children here? No? Okay, some had young children, so you've lived to tell the tale that you survived, so there is hope. But you probably chose your outfit, and you put your face on, right? And you were ready to show up well and authentically to the world, and you came to this meeting today ready to meet other inspiring and empowering women. You know, my mom, I remember 2 things she used to say to me. And this pertains to that morning routine. Bridget, get up and put your face on. You don't know what's going to happen today. And I'm like, All right, Mom, got it. Even when I go to the mailbox, she always had her face on, even when she went to the mailbox. And then she always used to say to me, don't ever say or do anything that you couldn't put on the headline of a newspaper. That's a new one for some of you. Now you put all that stuff on social media and it helps you monetize your influence in some way. I don't always encourage that. But the truth is, you want to show up well everywhere you go, and you want to be okay with everything that you do and say being on the front of the headline of the newspaper. And the truth is, we all had access to our limitless potential at some point in our time, in our lives. It was typically before the age of 7. Has anyone heard when the age of reason is? It's 7 years old, typically. And so before the age of 7, if you remember your children when they were young, like I'm remembering mine, I'm thinking of Logan right now. Logan's 6. If he believes he's the Incredible Hulk, then he will punch the ground and it will break in two. Because he believes that. You cannot convince him out of this. If he believes he's a fireman, he is a fireman. He instantly has his hose, right? He's got his hat. He's putting out fires, and he believes this to be true. Do you remember having that limitless potential? Maybe you wanted to be a princess. Maybe you wanted to be, I don't know, my little sister wanted to actually be a trash man because she got to ride in the back of the truck. No one else had that? I thought she was special too. But you had access to limitless potential. And here's why. You were totally functioning in your subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is that deeper program of belief that you have. And nothing was tarnishing that. There was no such thing as a limiting belief before the age of 7. So what happens after 7? We start to adopt lies as our truth. You know, that teacher or that loved one who said something about you and you adopted it as your truth, right? Had a math teacher, and she would always call me to the blackboard to do the math problems. I could not get them to save my life. If literally I was about to die, if I didn't get that problem right, I would die. But I honestly said, I am not good at math anymore because I couldn't do exactly what she wanted me to do in that exact moment. And then they became a part of my subconscious program. Now you have a subconscious program too. And for some of us, it's the limiting beliefs run much deeper than just math. You know, they're what a loved one said. You know, I had loved ones say that you're just such a space cadet, Bridget, right? And I'm like, well, I guess I can't focus at all. And then you adopt these limiting beliefs, and then you start to, as I like to say, sell yourself these limiting beliefs. And you buy everything you sell yourself, don't you? You're your number one client. So my hope for you is that in our time together, you start to learn how to unlearn and reprogram your subconscious mind so that you could start to get in alignment with what you really want to believe about yourself, with what you really want to believe is your limitless potential. And how to rewire your mind to take the right action and break free from fear and limiting beliefs, holding you back from fill in the blank. I know you are in your headspace right now, right? Fill in the blank. Whether that be how you're showing up in relationships, how you're showing up in your business, how you're showing up in your health choices. And these are questions that you do want to ask yourself, because I'm going to answer all of them in their time together. How do you program your mind for limitless potential? What do you need to do? Doing is important. Who will I become? If I have no more limiting beliefs that I'm functioning in on a regular basis, or, you know, as I like to say, when I'm feeling out of my mind, I'm probably in somebody else's. And when I'm in somebody else's, I'm definitely out of my mind. You know, who am I going to become? What will I be capable of? When am I going to believe in me? I feel like this is a common question that we ask ourselves on a subconscious level. And lastly, what is my big mofa? No, I didn't swear at you. Does anyone know what a big mofa is? People are like, I'm definitely not going to answer that, Bridget. I like these women. I want to come back. Your big MOFA is your motivating factor. Your motivating factor that will anchor you to achieve your destination of success. It will remind you to push harder, to strive more, and continue to program limitless potential into your mind. You see, when I launched my business, my motivating factor was to be a stay-at-home mom after the hour of 3 p.m. That propelled me and fueled me to grow my coaching business. And I'll tell you a little bit about that. I'd like to say that I grew my coaching business from this amazing ambition, right? I'm this powerful woman in heels right now. And I was just so ambitious that I grew my coaching business to what it is today. No, it was more like desperation, like, hey, there's no money coming in right now. I need to figure out what to do. And why be ready now? Why be ready now to access limitless potential where you're at in this moment? Here are a couple of potential reasons. You want life, business, and relationships on your terms instead of what everyone else is selling you, right? Our culture especially has different ideas about that. You're sick and tired of living in the revolving door of sabotage thinking and behaviors. How many of you have hired sabotage on your mental team and listened to her all day long and then pay her out of your Serenity account and your Sanity account? And sometimes your real bank account. And you're done living each day uninspired and not feeling fulfilled. And I'm celebrating you because you've already made an incredible decision just by showing up today. Thank you for being here. I chose the applause picture for that reason. But there are some common truths. Today I will be sharing about how to access your limitless potential. However, understand this. There's no get rich quick. There's no do nothing and experience a life change. There's no magic pill for transformation. And the reality is most people who buy any how-to training will not experience transformation whatsoever. Why? Because most people don't take action. You've heard about the knowing, doing gap. So what I believe you deserve is this. Know how to take authentic action, to understand how to program your mind for limitless potential in whatever direction you want to take it in. And I like this quote by Napoleon Hill. Who likes Napoleon Hill? Have you heard of him? Oh man, really? Only a few? All right, take a mental note. Look up Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich covers every topic under the sun for doing life well. Our only limitation within reason lies in the development and use of our imagination. What does that say about us and our lives? So is this for you? This is for you if you are ready to abandon the revolving door of sabotage, unproductive thinking, doing, and being, ready for more time and more money, ready to access your limitless potential in business, life, and relationships. And sometimes you have to be ready before you feel ready. Can I get an amen to that? Does anyone else feel that? Say yes before you feel ready. So this is me and my family. Yes, that crazy man married me and 3 boys. I actually got Zoom divorced during COVID. And I moved out of my big, beautiful home. And my 3 boys and I moved into an apartment, and virtual school happened to add insult to injury. And my job in the seniors industry disappeared because you couldn't go near a senior citizen in assisted living or memory care because of what was going on during that time. As I like to call the reinvention evolution of 2020. And so I was sitting in my apartment and I was trying to figure out what to do to bring in income. And I got a random Zoom business networking link. Does anyone know what that is? Okay, well, you were ahead of me because I had no idea what that was. So I figured it out. I registered. I showed up on a Thursday morning at 8 a.m. And this gentleman, Brian, goes, Bridget Hom, give your 30 seconds. And I'm like, dang it, he mispronounced my last name. What am I supposed to say? And there was all these people in their Zoom boxes. And literally, I had the split-second thought, do I pitch my placement agency for seniors, or do I pitch Bridge to Freedom Coaching, which was just a side hustle at the time. I had a total of 3 clients. And my brain, or God, made a split decision for me. And I just said, Bridget Hom here with Bridge to Freedom Coaching. Are you ready to level up? And I had 6 clients within 6 weeks. Wow. My 90-day Find Your Freedom thank you. Then my 90-day Find Your Freedom program was born. My 8-week self-paced program with group coaching was born, group sales trainings, live motivational speaking engagements, my best-selling book, Stuck on Ready, along with the program I just launched for that. And here we are today. And so, yes, I did launch a successful business between the hours of 8 a.m. and 2 p.m. This year it's 3 p.m., which is nice. Getting to a 6-figure plus income as a single mom turned entrepreneur. And I actually met that beautiful man in Zoom Business Networking. I can't even make this up. And we ended up getting married. And there we are. So 3 boys, 3 dogs, a modern day Brady Bunch. And I have had the opportunity and the privilege to train hundreds and influence thousands in the past 3 years. Because of the beauty of the online world, we're all connected. And I have done a lot of things right. I mastered the ability to program my mind for inevitable success and to take action that led to results. But I have done a lot of things wrong. I believed in my limitations versus my potential. I didn't believe that what I had to offer the world was something incredible and would change the lives of the people who experienced it. And I vacillated between imposter syndrome and my authentic self. Can you relate to that? You know, when you're like feeling really good about yourself, you're like, I'm in the heels, I've got the lipstick on, I'm feeling really good about life right now. And then the other times you start to listen to the voices on the wrong mental team that remind you of all of your limiting beliefs. And then we have a whole conversation and relationship with those versus people themselves, right? So let's get to this training so you could start gifting yourself a mindset shift towards limitless potential. If you have something to write with, you might want to take some notes, because I'm going to tell you exactly how to rewire your mind and your headspace. And you can use this algorithm to rewire for anything, any destination that you want. After doing this for years, I learned that mindset is the number one foundation for success in life and business. It can also be the number one problem. And in business, you must master the ability to sell, prospect, and close to truly serve others well. And what separates the top 1% of successful individuals is their belief and conviction and their ability to take action. Action. Taking imperfect action leads to massive results. And you have to do it before you feel ready. And I once felt and believed like you do that success was just possible, right? We get in that place where we're like, yeah, we could do that. And I discovered this the long, hard way. You get to cheat and speed up the process and take the shorter route today. This is the hard way. I feel like that picture really said it all. The hard way is taking action in all the wrong directions without a vision or accountability. Give in to giving up too soon, like if you're launching a new endeavor or a new nonprofit or a charity, whatever that is, when you give in to giving up too soon. And failure to change belief systems and practice sabotage habits and, well, just become plain stuck. It's easy to identify with these, right? So if you're ready for the easy way to help you become stuck on ready to unleash your potential, here we go. The truth is, all desires originate as thoughts that manifest in some way in our reality around us. Isn't that the truth? How many of us are that self-aware on a regular basis? We realize what we are selling ourselves is setting us up to get to a specific destination in life or business. And in the past year, I have doubled my income by rewiring my mind for limitless potential. And I didn't change my hours or give up my freedom for family time or charity work. I do a lot of worship leading. I used to love salsa dancing. I haven't done as much lately, so I guess I'm retired. But hobbies and having a romance with life is equally as important as success. So I'm going to show you how to believe in yourself, take ownership and authority of your thoughts. I'm going to empower you. I shared this with, who did I share this with earlier? The definition of empowerment.
You shared it with me.
Yes. Do you remember what it was?
Giving someone else the ability
The authority
Oh, the authority.
and power to do something. Empower means giving someone the authority or power to do something. I also say to be something. So aren't we all empowerment generators in some capacity? Are we helping people understand that they have authority and ownership over their lives, their relationships, where they're headed, their business growth? So I'm going to give you the 3 secrets. The 3 secrets that every successful stuck-on-ready individual knows are the key to unleashing your potential and rewiring your mind for inevitable success. Secret number 1. Come to a definitive conclusion that your vision of success is yours, and it's real, and it will happen. Napoleon Hill talks about definitive purpose, definitiveness of purpose. And the truth is, when it comes to your vision has to be so large that you have to feel like you can overcome any objection, every obstacle, and every opinion. It's like, is your vision for success or what you want your life to look like, is it that clear and large in your head? And here's the simplest way I could explain this. I like to say it in terms of sales for how your brain works. I actually asked a woman the other day in a networking call. She said, Bridget, I'm not in sales. And I said, really? What did you eat for breakfast? And she said, I ate yogurt. And I said, why? She said, well, I'm trying to lose 5 pounds. And I said, really? So you sold yourself on eating yogurt because you believed it would help you lose 5 pounds. Congratulations. You're your number 1 client. Because this is the truth of how our headspaces works. And I'm going to break it down because this was the simplest way I could explain it so that you can take authority over reprogramming your own mind. So I say your conscious mind is like your salesman. And he sells your thoughts, words, actions, and emotions to the client, the subconscious mind. And the client buys everything the salesman is selling. And then that creates a program and then dictates your reality, your relationships, and your business. So ask yourself right now, what have I been selling myself about where I am today? And you can see clearly why you are and who you are right now and where you are right now because of what you've sold yourself. Your feelings, I always say in business, feelings aren't your friends. But what have you been selling yourself about your destination? What have you been thinking? What have you been feeling? What have you been saying? And what have you been doing? Because we typically try to talk other people into our realities too, right? We're like, oh yeah, business just isn't going that well. The economy sucks. That's why business isn't going well. I go, really? There's a whole bunch of people making lots of money right now. What's the reason for that? You know, I always say that the truth is we all have the same amount of time. And there's no such thing as time management. There's only task management and mind management. And the one thing that we all have in common with the Elon Musks of the world, right? And the person who lives paycheck to paycheck is that we have the exact same 168 hours in a week. So what's the difference? The mindset and what we sell ourselves. The most successful individuals believed in their vision over every obstacle and opinion and objection. Does anyone know what this is a picture of? Yes. Does anyone know who painted it? Exactly. One of the most famous painters of the Renaissance. He was actually a sculptor, first and foremost. He said that he wasn't very skilled in fresco paintings, and he almost said he wasn't going to take on the job. And the fascinating part of that is, well, number one, he was like, this isn't my area of expertise. I kind of don't want to do it, but I'll take it on anyway. Before he created 300 figures on the Sistine Chapel, do you know that in order to create this, he had to lay on the back of a scaffold, like on his back, and he was painting virtually upside down. And he was painting over another artist's work. He was painting over, I believe it was called Starry Night. So he had to paint over another artist's work, lie on the back of a scaffold, and create these 300 figures from the picture and the vision of his mind. So, what does that say about what we're capable of creating? All we have to do is say yes and see what we're capable of. He's like, I'm not really a skilled painter, but I guess I'll give it a shot. All right, well, I don't know about any of you. I mean, if you believe that you're an artist or you like drawing, if you're into finger painting right now and you want to take on something like this project, I don't recommend it. However, you don't know what you're capable of achieving until you go out and do it. All you have to do is see that your vision is larger than any obstacle, opinion, or objection. And just fuel that every single day. So what are you selling yourself about the vision of your success? What are you thinking about success? What are you saying about it? What are you doing about it? And what are you feeling about it? This is another Napoleon Hill quote. If I haven't convinced you to get any of his books yet, maybe this will help. Whatever you can conceive and believe, you can achieve. A very famous quote because it's absolutely true. But there is this huge wave of everything telling you you can't, right? So how do you get your inner voice to be the loudest one? I'm going to show you how to do that. So what you need is this, a new belief. You want to write down your vision, how your vision looks when it's coming to fruition, and start seeing it as inevitable, not just possible. Everything is about these 3 words. Everything in life, everything you do, every business plan you create, every interaction is about direction, decisions, and destinations. What is the direction I want to take? What are the moves we need to make? And what is the destination we're going to end up at together? Everything is about those 3 words. In simple terms, you could say, what is the goal? And right now, with me, decide that you will stop living under the influence of circumstances, environments, situations, and habits that don't serve you in getting to that destination of success. Turn to the person on the right and say, stop living under the influence. Turn to the person on the other side and say, you are the influence. And you must believe in your ability to persevere and persist, no matter what. Because what successful individuals alike have in common is they believed in their own success regardless of anyone or anything. You know, my family loved me, and I actually lived in Indiana while I was growing my network down here during the COVID days. And I remember my family being so helpful, but at the same time, they're like, Bridget, why don't you just go get a job at Chipotle or Starbucks? Like, we'll take care of you. You know, you're divorced now. You could just live with us forever. And I'm like, they're like, I don't even understand what you're really doing. This coaching thing, really, is this gonna sustain you? And you know, I didn't have to convince them. All I had to do was ask myself the question, is what they're saying true for me or about me? You see, we don't have to usually convince others that our destination is not what they're saying. It's typically we have to convince ourselves. Although I did work at Starbucks for a time in college, and I absolutely loved it. 5 free drinks, free pound of coffee a week, full dental health and vision. No one knew that, right? It's incredible. But no, coaching is definitely a better track. Secret number 2, become anchored to your vision and become extremely intentional with your headspace and what you invest your thoughts, words, actions, and emotions in. Have you ever thought that you're investing your thoughts, actions, and emotions? Have you ever thought of that as an investment? Because you invest them. You're either investing them in your vision of what success looks like, or, well, you might be investing in the wrong mental team. And sabotage, procrastination, anxiety, doubt, fear, guilt, shame, they like to get on the same team together. And while you are the CEO of your life, you definitely want to fire that team. So are you ready to become the influence in your life and business? Or you could turn to your neighbor and just say, yes, I am. You could choose the neighbor, just choose the neighbor you said, hey, you are living under the influence. Just be like, nope, not today. We are intentional. Ready to start taking action towards your limitless potential and leave old habits and your old lifestyle behind. It's really a yes you have to sell yourself. And are you ready to believe that success is inevitable, not just possible? I got some real nice head nods from that one. Okay, so here it is, the Inevitable Success Master Algorithm. I'm going to explain this in a very simple way. All you have to do is write down that program of your future successful self. So you literally think about, what am I doing 10 years from now, 1 year from now? And you write that down as if it's already happening. It doesn't have to be long. It could be a couple of sentences. And if you have any limiting beliefs, I want you to write them down and then acknowledge if they're true or a lie. So I'm going to give you, this is kind of off of the slides right now. When you have a limiting belief that you're functioning in, you write it down in a sentence and then you ask yourself the question, is this true? And you will answer on paper yes or no. And that is the fastest way to become intentional and stop with that constant cycle of sabotage in your headspace. All right, I'm going back to this. So number one, you should write out the program that you have been functioning in up to this point. So if it is sabotage that you've hired on your mental team, write that down. I have sabotage on my head manager, and I'm in this place right now in my business life, and I'm not happy about it. Because we have to get to self-awareness before we get to action, self-action. And then you write down the new program. Here's what you do. You record it with your own voice. So download something like the voice recorder app and listen to your own voice. Many people are listening to everybody else's voices when they listen to affirmations. Have you ever listened to affirmations on YouTube? Or listen to your own voice first. And here's what you do. You listen to this in the AM and the PM. Because your subconscious mind is the most open in the first 30 minutes when you wake up and the last 30 minutes before you fall asleep. So anything you actually say and listen to and you record, you will start to see it as inevitable success. And that's the fastest way I can explain it right now. And you have the power to make this all start happening right now. Have you noticed a common word? Now. Furthermore, action will begin to anchor you into believing success is inevitable, giving you that conviction to unleash your potential and start doing life with abundant opportunities in front of you. Secret number 3, and this actually, I covered it in the book. And I'm getting the 2-minute mark, so you might have to just get the book to read about this. It's $15. Activate the law of deservability. We're going to speed through these really quickly. This is the law of deservability. We create our reality, our business, and our relationships based on what we believe, what we deserve, not what we desire. And there's no such thing as rejection or acceptance. There's only alignment. So you could stop living in the just or excuses or fears as acceptable reasons for doing or not doing something, like jumping into entrepreneurship with 2 feet. So these are the 3 secrets. If you'd like the slide deck, let me know. You can email me at bridget.hom@gmail.com. And you have to ask yourself this. Are you capable or just unwilling? What are you selling yourself about accessing your limitless potential right now? Do you believe you deserve to stop living by limitations as reasons for doing or not doing something? And if you look at your life, habits, business, and lifestyle as it is right now, will you be happy 20 years from now? I love this because you do deserve a partnership with your future successful self. I feel like Oprah says it all right there. So this is just reaffirming what I did share with you, and I do have complete confidence in you. All right. The truth is, if you would like to focus on that vision of inevitable success. I can't cover everything in 30 minutes, obviously. But if you want to focus on any of these 3 desired results, we can absolutely chat about that. Because I believe that you deserve to be stuck on ready to unleash your potential. Well, apparently this is going to be a lot longer than 30 minutes. And I'd like to leave you with this. Empowered people empower people. And make your number 1 goal to show up well and authentically, and your number 2 goal to empower the person in front of you no matter what. So thanks for having me today, ladies. On the table, those cards do have my calendar link to schedule a 30-minute call so that we can chat about inevitable success for you or anything else you'd like to focus on. It also has my cell phone number if you need to text me and you just need a quick idea. Come on up, Carol.
That was awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, of course.
Fantastic. One more time. Come on. All right. Who's ready for our raffle? Who's ready for the raffle?